Hey folks, what is up? How you doing on this Tuesday evening? Thanksgiving week, really. Holiday week. I wanted to get something in before I kind of take a little holiday break. And I want to say just, sorry for the last one. Just, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in any community, any channel. Hey Patty, what's up? And, stuff gets to people in different ways, and it's just like I got 1,000 other things on my head, especially this past couple of months. But still, like I said, I'm in it for you guys. I like the people, the friends I made that throughout this time, and I'm gonna continue to do it until I feel like that's not worth doing. But on that, I want to be a more positive Raven from now on. So I'm here just to give the people that I'm gonna watch tonight just nothing but positivity. Good luck on their Thanksgiving. Hi Monty, what's up? Hi Rybuck, how you doing? Positivity. All right. So this positive, good-looking man just made a video. And let's just see what he says. Oh, he needs a little help. Of course he does. He's Rev. I mean, come on. Do we really want him? Do we really want him to work? It's Thanksgiving, folks. It's a holiday, folks. He doesn't need to work. We should just give him a turkey. Well, another turkey. And they should just chow down and have fun. Who cares about the child abuse? He was out of his mind. He didn't have his meds, folks. No meds. So let's hear what he has to say. I'm sure we'll learn a lot. Hey, tell ya. Come on, Rev, give it to me. What's up? I love how he just keeps everyone in suspense.
Hi, Toby Memes. Hi, Ari. Hi, April. Hey, Clone. Food? Yeah, it's a fundraiser,
Let me see if I can show his chat. There it is.
Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Daria. Not too great, Daria. That's why I'm here, really. We're seeking some help,
Oh, he must be out of his medication.
Food and stuff like that. It really is. It's just, it's food stuff, really.
Oh, that's kind of funny considering a source close to me showed me a private message between themselves and Rev, and they were asked, "Hey, do you want food?" And they were like, "No, I want my Delta." So I don't think he's looking for foods. I mean, he doesn't ask for it when people offer it to him. He should. But yeah, I think he would catch more flies if he would actually say what he's looking for.
And like aspirin would be nice, actually, because we've been both having major headaches.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Things happen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Play the new God of War. It's really, really good. That's what I've been doing lately.
Marquis de Sade. Yeah, I don't feel good, Nick, so that's why I look sick.
They go through a lot of it, Monty.
What did you say, Ella? I don't see what you said, sorry.
So drugs, not nugs, yeah. Oh, nice. That was quick. Isn't that like a 40-hour game?
Yeah, car's working, black belt paid. Thanks, Maddie.
Well, now at least he can drive around.
Yeah, we got a roof, Daria, thankfully.
The uncles.
But yeah, it's getting real cold out.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but me, I would be so nervous, heart attack induced nervous if I thought as soon as it gets warmer out, my ass is out of here. You know, as soon as that, or as soon as Shanny does something bad and pisses my uncle off, that's it. Because he can't control her. If he was able to control her, she never would have beat him that one time in the apartment. They never would. They wouldn't be on the street if he could control her. You know, when she like took all his money and spent it unwisely. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how this all wraps up with them two. Hey, Carrie, what's up?
No, we don't have Delta.
Yeah, they don't have Delta. See?
See, I was telling Shanny I'd like to go on live like this and stuff, but
Oh, thanks, Brett.
it's rough because it's like I don't really have much to talk about, and like all that's gonna come in is mostly hate. So
Yeah, if you don't give him what he wants.
We got
no he
plans
doesn't,
for
Rybuck.
Thanksgiving, Toby.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've heard G-Man say enough that he had to have a crew come in and spray the carpet. I mean, that carpet it didn't even look like a carpet anymore. It like disintegrated. So yeah, you know he's gonna have a tough time dealing with that stank. But positivity. Hopefully he has a positive experience cleaning that stank.
I'm like right on screen, dude.
Hey, Crash, what's up? I hope you're doing good. Hope the job's being safe. Hey, Patricia. You telling me it will stink up the house? Yes.
Huh? What? That's a little better. Okay, I'm sorry about the camera.
Well, you would have had a better one if you didn't leave it in Colorado.
All these personal shit questions, I'm not doing them. I'm not doing them. Yeah. Like when I come on here, I see why I don't do YouTube ever anymore. Like that's totally.
Well. Oh, hey, Janelle, what's up? How you doing? And Patricia became a member. Thank you. Oh, good to see you. Oh, yeah, you too, Courtney. What's up? You know, I get what he's saying. YouTube is definitely a different place, even for me and my small channel here. These past couple of years, YouTube was different in the height pandemic or post-pandemic, and now, or pre-pandemic, and now post-pandemic. It's just like I can't believe I was so into that. You know, it's because I guess we were all stuck somewhere losing our minds. I mean, I can admit that, me personally. You know, it made everybody feel like, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you into? You doing it up? What's happening? Which is nuts, folks. It is nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts for them. It's nuts for me. It's nuts for everybody. I can admit that. But I think when it comes to losing everything, that's when you got to be like, all right, let's take that nuts stuff and put it aside because it's not worth it. It's not worth it for everybody to be on the street for YouTube fame. You know what I mean, folks? You know, you always got to have a little bit of priorities. But
like
positivity.
100%.
Yeah, right.
Fallen
and accountability. Thank you, Christy, for saying that. A little accountability, not take all the blame, but just, you know, give some of the blame. Make it feel more realistic than we didn't do anything wrong. You know, I'd rather believe someone that says they did some of it, and they feel like, you know, it was a give and take situation. But thank you all for being here. Like the stream, folks.
Get off the internet? I think I will.
Oh, Rev, you didn't have to go away angry. You just had to went away. My God, I am so sorry for that. They're just negative Nancy's, aren't they? All right, well let's watch this G-Man video because I am curious. I mean, a lot of people they just had it with these two. you know, because we're not learning anything more than what we knew. You know, they're not coming out with crazy bombshells like Rev doesn't want to be with Shanny anymore. She don't want to be with him. One of them or both of them got a job. They're trying to get the kids back. They're on the way to get the kids back. It's more just we're laying on the couch. We're at the uncle's house. We're laying on the couch. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm just beating up this dead horse. And I'm like, man, just send it to the glue factory, you know? Speaking of glue.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. And today, I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this.
Carrie,
maybe
what's
10,
up?
15
I got
minutes,
your
maybe
messages.
longer. I don't know. But I want to say a few things to Mr. JWE on this stream today.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let me say this, I guess, and being positive. I'm very happy that they're alive. I'm very happy that Shanny didn't jump off a cliff, and I'm very happy that Jason didn't do anything to himself. You know?
Wow. Okay. Let me just say that is the most sincere gaslighting I've ever heard. You know, like, oh, I'm so happy for them. I'm happy that she didn't eat him. I'm happy he didn't cut her up like in Star Wars and make her like, you know, make her warm. Right. I'm happy that, like, you know, she didn't chop his head off in Minecraft or anything like that. You know, it's like, it's like if you're happy, but like the comments, dude. But you know, I mean, that's G, man, and I'm sure he'll never change. I'm here for it.
But I'm gonna say a few things in this video today that may necessarily hurt their feelings. But I think the Christian community will understand where I'm coming from with all of this. Okay, I started doing all of this with the belief that if they got put in a difficult situation, that one of them would decide to get a job, and finally they started taking life seriously, started doing something with themselves, and obviously they didn't do that, so they're reverting back to doing the same things that they were doing prior to that. Can all you guys hear me, by the way? All right, cool. How you doing, Sabella? Let me see something here. Just breezing, Jade, Jada, True Story, Angry Roach, Auntie Fawn, Rebus. Yeah, and Doweski, Auntie Fawn. Okay, cool. So I thought that after they went through everything that they went through, you know, I thought that Red would finally decide that he was going to get a J-O-B, and that Shanny would get a J-O-B. I mean, a real one. I ain't talking about making YouTube content and thinking you're going to make money with that or whatever.
Oh, cool,
you know
Charlie.
what I mean?
That's awesome. Thank you.
Just give me a second here, guys. I'm kind of like funny when it comes to my camera and what my camera can see and what it can't. All right, cool. All right. So,
like his mirror.
They're back on Twitch from what I've been seeing. And I was going back and forth a little bit with Driving Up was wondering about whether or not I was going to say anything. And I told him only if they mentioned me, which they kind of did on 2 different occasions. And it wasn't directly, it was indirectly. It was indirectly, where they said that they're not going to talk about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
and I kind of took that personal because when they was going through everything that they was going through, it was yours truly that was going out there buying them food. It was yours truly going out there and doing all these different things. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to get no star or some type of praise or anything for doing what I was doing. But at least they could show some appreciation by getting on here and saying, you know what?
Oh. That was something else. Sorry about that.
Well, at least he gave us food. At least he gave us water. At least he gave us someone to live for X amount of years or whatever. And they didn't do that. They have yet to get on stream and actually acknowledge any of that stuff. They haven't acknowledged me. If you know what I mean.
And that is not cool.
WWE fans.
I mean, they definitely used him, you know, under the shield and guise of their religion and Jesus. What would God think? What would God think? He would think you guys are lazy and need to get a job. That's what I would have said, you know. Or at least go to the church, go to the, you know, Salvation Army, go somewhere before I need to bail you out. But I don't know. That's just me.
They have not acknowledged me.
Yeah, notice me.
And they keep getting on here and they keep complaining. One of the things that I noticed on this stream, I think it was called the Variety Chill Stream. And Shanny, I know you're watching, and Rev, I know you're watching. But Shanny, quick question. From what I can gather, you didn't like the water.
Yeah.
You didn't like the size of the room. You called it a crappy hotel. But then you're complaining that you didn't have HD on your TV.
I mean, sure, I can understand her not liking the room because it was crap, but on the other side of that coin, it wasn't this guy's responsibility for them to find a room and have them stay there for multiple nights. This wasn't like a weekend thing, 2 to 3 days. This was like over a month, maybe longer, in that room. You know, because they never really been clear on how long they were in that place, but long enough to rack a, you know, like what, like a $1,500 bill. What do you say, like $53 a night? I mean, that is cheap, but like I wouldn't want to spend more than that. You know, she wanted the good room for what for? What reason? She ain't even gonna thank him. I mean, it's nuts. It's nuts the way that she manipulated him enough to have him do that, to a point where he's like, I'm not gonna be working as much. I can't. I feel bad. I can't pay for this, and it doesn't matter. She's just like, oh, you know, fuck you then. You know, just totally narcissistic all the way. Oh, thank you.
You're homeless. You're poor. You're unemployed.
Sandra Berger has just donated €2 through Super Chat. Finally, I catch a live star struck no HD for Shanny. So sad face with rolling eyes.
Right? Sandra, that's awful. No HD. She had to settle for, 480p or maybe 144p. Terrible. She needs her 720 all the way. Thank you for donating. I appreciate it. Good vibes to you.
And then you're complaining about the place that you're being in doesn't have HD. That your water isn't clean. Do you understand what the alternative could have been? The alternative could have been you sleeping outside with the roaches. Right? Well, sleeping outside with the bears and the squirrels and being cold right now. That was the alternative. You know, and then you guys are getting on here and you're continually thankless for the things that people have done for you. Okay, so I got a couple of new ways I'm going to describe you to. Before it was bum, before it was jobless, before it was lazy. Now I'm just going to call you guys insane, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and thinking you're going to get a different result. And I'm talking directly to this camera. I'm talking directly to Shanny and Rev, who I know is watching this stream.
I mean, okay, I hear what he's saying, but they are getting results in the end. You know, whether he likes it or not, then whether anyone else likes that or not, it's the truth. People bail them out. Whether, again, it's either because they legit want to help, they feel bad, you know, they feel like they're mentally ill, they can't help themselves. There's people like that, and they have it. They're like, you know what, they can't help themselves. You know, it's you know, it's like messed up. Like they can't turn it around. Or there is people that just want to keep this fire going. So we got both halves giving them money. So he's wrong on that. They do get results. Last minute results, but results nonetheless, just to keep this fire blazing.
After everything that you guys been through, Shanny, what you went through in Duluth, what you went through when you came to Pennsylvania, what you went through when you went to Denver, Colorado, and what you're going through in Pennsylvania again, and I know exactly where you are. The whole world knows where you are because you suck at keeping your information, keeping your private life to yourself. You absolutely suck at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I called it. When I saw that banister, I'm like, they're at the uncle's house, you know, and like, and Rev's like, here, oh, they don't. Even Rev said, don't film me, because he knew she put the camera up too high. And as soon as she put it up too high, it was all over. It was all over. Thousands of people knew already.
All of that, and you've seen how people are going to react to you every time you show your face on social media. You know what I mean? You get on here and you still believe something's going to be different. The definition of insanity is believing, is doing the same thing over and over and over again and believing that you're going to get a different result. Anyway, Sandra gave a $2 super chat.
Thank you, Crash. I appreciate everybody. If anyone who got a member that was from Crash, you can thank him. Thank you for donating 5 members. So that was what, B, and I just said the other name, and hit the lottery right there. And Wicca and Toria. I hope I said that right. sorry about that. You can let me know. I've made mistakes before, right? She knows Tanaka, right? I'm sorry, I'm still calling you Tanaka. It'll take me a few times, but I will remember. I promise. Tanaka. I just had to say it a few times. Railing on the stair. Yeah, yep. Yeah, because like I have that weird ADD, Tommy, where like all I need to do is see a place once, and I could tell what's in there. If a pencil's moved, it's really, really weird. Even from a child, like I could just tell. I have a layout of a room, so when I see a room again, I'm like, bam, that's the uncle's house. Like I have the structure in my head of the corner that had the table that had the old china on it, and then the banister.
Thank you for that, by the way. Sandra Berger gave a $2 super chat. She said she made him ask for money again. Isn't she lovely? Well, that's a new lifestyle. And thanks again. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
I think it's denial.
And that's his new life. That's his new calling. Once upon a time, this woman was called shit. And this is for the Christians that are watching this. She had the nerve to call herself Shannyforchrist, right? She was Shannyforchrist. Right. Even before I started making my videos about her, I stopped, I guess, toward the end, calling her Shannyforchrist. I was just referring to her as Shanny. The reason why I didn't want to come out and say I didn't believe that the woman was a Christian was because, and I talked to Vessel about this in private. I was like, well, I get on here, I get on here a lot, and I say this about people.
And I always say that to remind people that her name used to be Shanny is me. Before she shacked up with Rev, when she was with her ex-husband Chris, she was Shanny is me. I remember that channel. The whole Christ thing came as another grift, as another shield. It totally is. I know it's really disgusting for people who do believe, or people who even don't, just think that that's messed up to use religion. But it's Shanny we're talking about, and unfortunately, it's true.
When I'm getting a little bit tired hearing come out of my own mouth, so they're not behaving like Christians. You see, Christians would be leaning on Jesus. Christians would be trusting and hoping that Christ will open up the doors for them to be able to live a life that they have to live. But they're not doing that. What are they doing? They're getting on social media and proud of it. Can I borrow a quarter? Can you please take care of my family?
He's right.
And JWE, before you got involved with Shanny, people, this is YouTuber by the name of Drader, I think.
No,
he got on here and said that he had 10,000 subscribers. No. He had more than that. He had 13 to 16,000 subscribers.
I don't know if he's mentioning me. I know I did say that because I saw an older video that had Rev's name and 10,000 subs at the time. I know he did have more. He had a lot at different times. Like every time Shane would just keep making him delete his channel because she was jealous. But yeah, he does this. I think with Shanny it's a grift. With Rev, I don't think he realizes what it is. I think Rev is confused. I don't think he's smart enough to realize that he's grifting. With G-Man, he's just like, oh, you guys are insane. But he doesn't realize there's, I bet if he saw how much money and donations they get in one shot, he would see it's not as insane as it looks.
Before he got involved with her, talking about prophecy stuff and talking about truther stuff. Before he got involved with her, wasn't part of this great debating stuff. He was every now and then going into this atheist room called Nadia, whatever, which he had the debate coliseum, which I wish somebody would make again, because that's 24 hours of back and forth nonstop. And with the age of super chat, people will be making a fortune today. That's why I'm thinking about doing that. But he would go in a room and he would go in there and he would just debate with people and try to help Nadia and everything. You know what I mean? The man has 16,000 subscribers.
Yeah, and Penny, that's my one thing. That's my big. I have a couple of problems with G-Man. I know he says things that can come off very, very sexist, and I wish when people call him out that he would apologize and be like, okay, or at least understand that makes people uncomfortable. Well, I will work on that. It's not about being perfect here. I think it's just understanding that some things you do or say can make people uncomfortable, and you should work on it to be a better person. Constructive criticism. And two, I wish he would have came to these realizations before. And I always say this, folks, if you like somebody, I don't care if they're a musician, a creator, or whatever, and I know it's good to always separate the art from the artist, but if something bothers you about them, you have to either try to say something, because later on when you're like, you know what, I knew that was the wrong thing. Why'd they do that? I'm going to show people what they did. And people are going to be like, why didn't you say anything before? You know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword there. I feel like if it's that bad, if it's bad enough, if it's a little bull crap, you know, then it's like whatever, it's their life. But if it's something detrimental, then I feel like it needs to be said. You know what I mean? But thanks for your comment, Penny.
He didn't have to kiss nobody, but he didn't have to go out there and beg or anything like that. Hey, and this dude is so blind, he doesn't even see that he allowed this
no
word.
Let
me watch what I say.
Right.
He allowed this woman, I'll call her that for right now. He allowed this woman to completely destroy every ounce of manhood he has. And Jason, before you get mad at me and start getting mad at me and say I'm calling names and I'm lying and all this other stuff, it was you, dude. It was you that told me that this woman doesn't treat you like a man. You don't feel like a man around her. You talked about how she puts her hands on you and everything and whatnot. We don't need to go into that because we talked about that in other videos. But the point of the matter is, dude, is that you have allowed this woman to change you so much that you're so pathetic that you get on here and you're just begging for money.
You know, because I know at first when I was doing these, like I would always go for the jokes to make fun, you know, and I still do that. But sometimes I kind of really think deep into this, why people do these things, why any of us do these things, and all this weird stuff going on in the world and beliefs and everything like that. And I feel like there's all a correlation with everything. Everything connects on some weird level. And I really start to think about, like, what is it? Is it this is how they get away with not coming to terms with their own bad ways of living, ways of, you know, abuse, ways of treating people? Like, is this a way to just to avoid it? Or do they really, really believe that this is how life is? And they just been dealt with bad raps and dealt bad hands, and they're just doing the best they can. Like, I don't believe that. Not when every time when Rev would go away, Shanny would call up G-Man or somebody else saying, hey, do you want to live here? I'll do whatever you want. You can have this. Like, she's offering herself up. To me, that's not somebody who still loves her boyfriend, wants to marry him, and just needs a counselor to and some medication to get through their problems. No, I don't see it like that, folks.
This business mind that I thought that you had never existed.
Hey, Philly
you don't have a mind for being an entrepreneur. You have a mind for being a bum. You have a mind for being somebody who refuses to do anything for yourself. You got the nerve to be talking about Biden and talking about this president, and then talking positive about the Republican Party. Let me tell you something. Everybody in the Republican Party would chew you up and spit you out because you're too lazy to get up your behind and actually go do something for yourself. You're not taking advantage of all of the wonderful opportunities that we have here in the United States.
I can believe that to some level. If they actually had a real political argument with someone who actually knows politics really, really well, they will. Because like a lot of trolls on here, they say stuff to get a rise out of people. You know what I mean? And I think you when you're here enough and you hear the same talking points over and over, you get to a point where it's like, that's not real. That's just getting a rise. That's you don't really feel like that. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're just saying talking points to get a rise. And if you went on to like another side, a liberal argument or a Democrat argument or whatever, independent argument, you're going to say whatever side's against them. You just want to get a rise. You don't have any belief. You don't have no stake in the game. You don't understand really what's happening in the game. You're just liking what you like and avoiding what you don't like.
All you're doing is that you're finding someone free to live, and then you're starting to beg, and you 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 beg. Can't never say that about me, man. Okay? When I got in trouble, when I was living in that house, it was time for me to go. I built a faithful audience. My audience helped me. And then you ain't see me doing this no more. And you don't have that mentality. Now you and your chia pet want to sit here and just beg and beg and beg. What's this mess called? Rev hijacking. Dude, you got your own YouTube channel. Build your platform. Build a audience so that you can find faithful people who donate to you. Perhaps, maybe one of them is an employer. And
well, you know, guys, like I always say, it's not easy. You know, it's not easy to be like this. The only reason I'm like this is because I've watched some great creators. There's some great creators out there that just know how to handle people, handle the situation. It's taken a while. This ain't something overnight. This is something. It takes a YouTuber's got to do this for a couple of years and understand, not take everything so serious. And that's why I try to warn new people like, hey man, things are going to come. It's going to affect you. You have to learn when to hold them, when to fold them and all that stuff. And, I try because when you get swept up in it, it consumes you. You don't have time for family, you don't have time for anything. And you gotta learn when stuff gets like that. It's like, man, I know someone's live and it's crazy right now, but I got family stuff to do, or I got my own personal brain to handle. You know, you always gotta take breaks. That's why I could never do this any day. It'll consume you in a month. You'll be nutso.
And they can hire you for a job. Perhaps they can do that.
Oh, really? Thank you.
I mean, for crying out loud, you're still in the same state. You're only about 15 minutes from where you used to live on driving in your car, and you haven't yet once contacted me, nor have you even asked for the guy's phone number so you can start working again, because you don't want to work. And stop with all this mental health garbage. Dude, you have not been medically diagnosed with anything that says you can't work. You're allowing your chia pet. You're allowing that chia pet.
That chia pet. Oh, thank you, Philly guy, and thank you, Crash. I hope you're feeling, but yeah. Well, you know what? Like I'm kind of talking about that now, Crash. You could have a mental, but you have to handle it. And then I think it's easier to do stuff like this when you kind of let that stuff go. But it's good friends like you, Crash, and stuff, and people, my Discord, and people just that I have around to talk about everyday things that makes things a lot easier. Oh, Courtney, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Welcome. We have fun here. We really, really do.
To tell you what your mental what's going on in your
head.
She ain't qualified to do that, and neither are you. As a matter of fact, I need to start reporting her YouTube channel when they go on there talking about their mental health. Neither one of them are qualified to talk about that stuff. Neither one of them are qualified to talk about what's going on in their bodies and what's going on in their minds or anything like that. You ain't qualified, Shanny. Where's the paperwork? Where's the paperwork that says that you're qualified to talk about this stuff?
And even this stuff I was kind of alluding to a little bit ago. On one hand, Google or YouTube can get involved and say, hey, if you're mentally ill, you can't do this because you're going to go too far. People will make fun of you and you might do something. But then freedom of speech comes in there. So like I see how there's an argument on both sides all the time. And I'm always fascinated with, how most people can take one side or the other, when I'm like, how about a little bit of both? Because everybody's bringing important points to the table. I do think in some levels, if someone's way, way too messed up, like they're about to lose 100 pounds or gain 300 pounds for YouTube fame, I think a doctor needs to just step in. There needs to be a threshold, not for free speech, but just to save you from yourself,
Where is it? You're never going to produce it. You're self-diagnosed. You have lied to your so-called man, who's really a diva. Yes, your man is a diva. And you want to know what, Shanny? You used to be a goblin coin. And you used to be a diva. And you said you don't want no scrub. Oh, you ain't got no problem with scrubs now. You got an unemployed bum who refuses to get off his butt and provide for his family. Instead, he's looking for me and everybody else out there to do what he is supposed to be doing. There's nothing wrong, ladies and gents. There's nothing wrong, ladies and gents, with people trying to help you out. Give you a gentle push. His car's free so you can go to work. Here's a little bit of money for gas. I'll go find a job. Here's some contacts. Call them. They'll be able to employ you.
I spent $100.
Gman gave me the best dick the other day.
Crash Cootercoot donated $5 through Super Chat. Dollar Draven's Crypt donate if you can, people. These shows are work.
Oh, thank you, Crash. I do appreciate it. And I always, hey Taylor, I do this for a few reasons. I do this from the great messages I get from people. I had somebody, like, they kind of told me their life story, and that was fine, but they basically were very upset, and they were very gracious that I called them out. Like I was just like, hey, what's up? They didn't think, they're like, well, you're a big channel. Well, I'm like, no, I'm not really. But they're like, why would you call me out? You don't know me. I'm like, I call everybody out. I say hi to everybody because I don't care. It's just, that's my community. And they were so happy. And there was other people just so happy, saying that they love watching my videos when they're sad. And I like making people better. I know if something happened to me tomorrow, these videos are on here forever. And people can watch them and laugh forever. And that makes me feel good, I hate to bring the room down, but those are the feelings that go through my head. Knowing that I can make people happy forever is a good feeling.
There's nothing wrong with that, but they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. Let me, Sandra Berger says, he looks depressed, seriously, and she cares blink about him. Why is she not telling me, Brett? She cares for nobody but herself. And when someone calls her out, she makes up that childish crying. That crying that she does is fake. I'm convinced of that.
Oh, hell yeah.
That crying that she does is fake. It's only been a couple of times where she's gotten on here and her crying was real. But the majority of the time when she's getting on here, it's fake. She doesn't even know how to transition from being sad and depressed into going into normal conversation.
Hey, what's up with Grandma? Hey, Grandma.
And you know what, Shanny? I know you're watching this. Remember that stream when you did where you said if I would have pulled out on the streets? If I would have known what you was doing at the very beginning, you would have never got your behind in that house to begin with. And you know it.
Oh.
You know it, and I know
I thought you was talking about something else.
If I knew what you was trying to pull from the very beginning, I'd have threw you guys out 2 or 3 days into it.
Hey,
you think you're smart. Let me tell you something. Just because you're capable of deceiving that dummy that you're with,
she tells herself she has to wait a bit. She always tells on herself, yeah, you know it. Missy knows it. She's been around. And like I said, that's the biggest thing. I am so happy that G-Man has quote unquote saw the light. He can see the light. He's a born again. I understand. They were using his religion, and I don't know. I guess I believe in a weird way. I believe, but if I still think I'm being taken advantage of, for some reason that overrides my beliefs. I'm very thick-headed like that. But because I lived a life where I believed and then I didn't believe, and then I started to again over different reasons in my life I'll love to go into in the future. But that's where me and him differ. I could see right through these people. I've seen better people, well, not better, better at this art manipulate. So when I see them do it, it's pretty obvious.
Right now. Doesn't mean you're deceiving everybody else. Hey, how about I play prophet and explain your future to you, Shanny? Just so that you can understand and know what to expect.
G-Man gave me the best dick the other day. It was so good.
Crash Cootercoot donated $5 through Super Chat. If I did videos, I'd do it all for the Nookie. Come on, the Nookie, come on. So you can take that cookie and stick it up your...
Yeah, man. I'm from that time too, Crash. There's some great Limp Bizkit songs, man. My favorite though is My Way. My Way, like, that guy was a great guitar player. The original one. Let me play this again.
I don't want to hear. And again, I want to show people this on Twitch here real quick. I'm alive. Dude, you made sure you got on there and told everybody you alive. You alive. You alive. You alive, right? And everybody was concerned about it, right? Then you went to 6 o'clock news, pretending to ignore the chat. Then you just went completely off on people for 5 straight hours. For 5 straight hours, you went off on people, doing exactly what you was doing in the hotel, doing exactly what you was doing on Fisk, doing exactly what you was doing in Colorado, doing exactly what you was doing in Duluth. You ain't doing nothing different. Then you're lying to everybody about being disabled. Listen to me. I understand you have a problem walking, but you ain't disabled. Cut it out, because if you were disabled, you would be collecting Social Security. Right? You would be collecting Social Security. You would be collecting Social Security.
I agree with that.
You ain't collecting Social Security. You're not receiving disability. So
I agree with that statement. If she was so oh my God in her feels, she would be collecting. Why isn't she collecting? And why isn't she yeah, Limp Bizkit Silverchair. Why isn't she even collecting temporary assistance? $130, $120, whatever, or sometimes $220. That's not bad. It's more than what she has now. And this is, the rules to the temporary assistance is this: they give it to you a year, sometimes 2 years if you need it. If you win the lottery, you pay it back. That's it. It seems like a very easy thing for them. And even the bonds, Rev has bonds, according to G-Man, that he's got these $1,000 bonds that he refuses to sell. What's up with that? I don't know. I would love to know more about why he doesn't want to sell these bonds. And if these bonds are old, you get like double your money back. You got to wait for those bonds to mature.
But guess what? You're not disabled. What you suffer from is an extreme case of laziness. The only problem is I can't determine who's more lazy, you or your man. You got on YouTube and for years you bragged about JWE. You bragged. You boasted and you bragged about JWE. How you was a diva and how you had all this money and how you were this, that, and the other. Now you're boasting and bragging about being a bum. Let's take this in Christian terms, because we some giving people. Name 3 Christians on the internet that's going to argue against me regarding this.
Oh, yeah? That's awesome.
You don't want to get up and even try to work? You know what the Bible says about that, right?
Oh, South Street. Patricia, you talking about Philly? Still have the pic and autograph? Yo, you know who I met in Philly? At the Dracula's Ball? Stabbing Westward. I don't know if you guys know that band or remember that band. I met Christopher Hall and the bass player that played in Stabbing Westward. The guy also played bass in Orgy, and Orgy was a great band. Yeah, Stitches and all that. Orgy, they were pretty good. I mean, of course, I always loved the original Blue Monday song, but Orgy did a pretty good cover.
Then you don't feel good. And I just got finished listening for a second time to Rev's last stream. He was concerned about Shanny not feeling good.
Yeah, that was a fun night. I got pictures
where they was actually smoking during their stream.
He's
and they was
so small.
So somebody donated money to them. So obviously everybody saw that they was getting Delta 8 and they was getting high and all this other stuff. And now that they can't get it, now she ain't feeling good. And then everybody heard JWE say that medication doesn't work, Tylenol doesn't work, Benadryl doesn't work. None of those things work for him. None of them work. The only thing that works is Delta 8. Rev, are you so stupid to not see that you got taken off alcohol, dude, and she got you addicted to something else? You were standing right there when she tried to get me to try that mess, and you saw what I did. I said no. That's called being a man, dude. That's how you be a real man. Being a real man isn't saying yes every time Shanny says something. Being a real man isn't going along doing things that Chia Pet tells you to do.
Chia Pet?
You ain't no real man. You know what she did to you, dude? She made, as a Christian,
cut off his balls.
So I'll say it this way. See, if one of those atheists was in here, I would let them say it for me. So I guess I'll put it to you this way. That Chia Pet made you her female dog. I'm sure somebody will translate that on their stream. That Chia Pet made you, JWE, her female dog. I mean, think about your legacy. The way you talked about Shanny's mother and Shanny's father. How you doing, Vecco? I'm going off on Shanny and Rev. I'll call you a little bit later about that stream. I want you to think about this, man. I want you to think about the legacy of the Egrofs. I want you to think about the legacy of the Egrofs. The legacy. And don't tell me I'm not dropping you, dude, because you say your name on here all the time. Think about the legacy of the Egrofs. Your mom and dad would be proud to know that their boy is on YouTube and on Twitch and on Instagram and on social media begging for money after he was left more than $500,000. Your mom would be so proud of you, dude. And so would your dad. Your dad would be like, "Oh, you're doing good, boy." And I love that woman that they would commit you if they knew that you was going out with her.
Again, like, I wish you would have said this before. You know, I think timing is all the difference, you know? I get it, you know, she's an easy target, and to a lot of people, they'll just see her and they'll assume that she gets hate for her obesity and her warts and weird look. But once you peel back all those warty layers, once you see her for who she is, I think your brain will be like, I think these haters are right. Because always remember that, folks, just because they hate you, don't mean they're wrong, you know? Just because you're paranoid don't mean they ain't after you. You know, it's weird, but it's life, folks. Folks, weird things have happened.
And she had you doing these things. Behind every good man is a good woman, and this woman ain't pushing you to do nothing. I have yet to hear her get on stream and get on your case, JWE, and tell you to get a job. I seen it in person. It wasn't pretty. A lot of your stuff got broken. You almost went to the hospital. Well, at least I saw the aftermath. I wouldn't say I actually saw it. But she did get on your case a couple of times, you know, when that woman was beating you up, while you're claiming to be a man and all that. You know what I mean? Let me say this again. While your woman was beating you up and you was claiming to be a man. Okay? Come on, taking care of this family. That's not my job, dude. It was never my job. I was supplementing. It's not YouTube's job to take care of your family. According to the Bible, dude, it's your job to take care of your family. If you need help, helping hand can be given to you. But you refuse to even start and even and fail a little bit, so that people can come, hey, let me help you get up and whatnot. You don't even want to do that. Don't give me this garbage about your mental health. If you got enough time to get on here and criticize Biden, if you got enough, who happens to be better than you, by the way.
Billy Squire. The only Squire I know carry is the Squire, those cheap guitars that Fender bought because they didn't have time. They wanted to buy like have a cheaper version of their guitar. It's almost like how the Gibson has the Epiphone. Is that related to the Squire company? Because I don't know. And if he's not, I hate to sound stupid.
Okay, if you got enough time to talk about Biden, and you got enough time to talk about Shanny, and you got enough time to make a YouTube video, you got enough time to fill out a job application. If you got enough time to fill out a job application, you got enough time to take a shower, put on some deodorant, use some Axe body spray, and go to a job interview. You have plenty of time for that, dude. It wasn't performance art. He told me it wasn't performance art. That was real. What was going on between them? That was real. That was straight up real. Performance art, my foot. That was real what they were going through. You need to go get a job, dude. You need to go work. Shanny keep talking about people getting her fired from jobs. Shanny, name one job somebody got you fired from here on YouTube. You talking about streaming? When you broke terms of service?
Exactly.
Or let's say you didn't break terms of service. Let's just say that you got on here and you got the wrong people mad with your racist garbage that you were saying on here. Okay, you lost one of your YouTube channels because of all the N-words that was coming out of your mouth, and you was unapologetic toward it, and I dare you to make a YouTube video and say that you wasn't unapologetic about it.
Yeah, well, worse than that. There was channels that she went on after she first lost the channel, including my own, because she was so angry. People wanted to interview her, and she just got naked. Like, she literally just got naked as a, like, flag down for nudity, because it's gonna happen. So, and that's how Shanny is. She'll sabotage you if she's that butthurt because she lost her channel. I mean, really, all you gotta do is follow what terms of service says. Talk to them. If they say you have a strike, chill out. Talk about something else. Give it the 30, 60, 90 days, whatever. People do it all the time. You don't have to keep going, being like, I'm an American, because they don't care about rules and regulations. All they care about is their bottom line.
$800. I spent $100.
Gman gave me the best dick the other day. It was so good.
Philly Guy donated $5 through Super Chat.
Gave me the best.
Shut you up, G-Man. We've been saying this for years and you backed them. Your buns, G-Man. A full-on goofy.
Full-on goofy. He's a full-on. I like that. It don't fit. It don't fit. When he said, well, I never actually was around them until they moved over here, then fine. But I'm with you, Philly Guy. I wouldn't be helping somebody an hour from me that moved here from a faraway place, and they were an hour from me, and I was paying every day for their hotel or for their whatever. I wouldn't be paying for 6 months without me driving over there and seeing the state the place was in, especially when kids are involved, especially when children are involved. I definitely would be there the next day just to make sure that they're at least getting fed, and all these rumors that I keep hearing that's from the trolls are, any of them are true, because there was the kids, and then it was the animals, and them themselves, and just fighting with people online, screaming at each other, screaming online at people. The kids have no idea. They don't know if they're screaming at each other or screaming at some rando online that they think is going to come to their house in the middle of the night because their mom says so.
I dare you. There'll be a billion videos out there where everybody's showing where you unapologetic about it. That's why you lost your channel. You lost your channel the next time because you were doing inappropriate things with your body on YouTube. There was never a point where you just backed up.
No.
There was never a point when you backed up. Both of you are pathetic. Shanny, listen to me. You go to any woman in America, any woman in the United States of America, even the ones on the street, will tell you how lazy you are. You won't even go outside and beg for money outside. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat, Hippie CO. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to get some gum with that or something later. I appreciate it. Thank you.
She tried to
what I mean?
me.
So you sit there and you talk about you a diva and you a woman and you're a feminist. You better pray to God a real feminist doesn't see your YouTube channel. Because you ain't speaking up for feminism, woman. You ain't. As a matter of fact, I ain't really got to hold back with her no more than I do. Nah, no, I don't. So, the ladies that are watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go there. Okay? So,
all right, go there, Rev. Rev, G-Man.
Do something here. I heard you on your stream say that, you know, that you're for women empowerment. I've heard you get on here and you criticize the Republican Party for various different things. I've heard you say a lot of stupid things here on social media, Shanny. But tell me this. Are women supposed to follow your example? I'm just curious. To lay in the bed all day, eating ding-dongs, getting high all day, laying in the bed all day, lying about their health, lying about their mental health, and eating ding-dongs. Are women supposed to follow your example?
You know, folks, what bothers me is, and I know he's made a lot of videos. I know he said he doesn't want to make videos on this anymore because he wants to walk away from it. But what bothers me is the level of his flip-flop. That G-Man's going from a couple of things he's believing to, and now he's believing in everything. You're sitting here all day. You're just eating all day. You're just getting high all day. Why didn't you say this 6 months ago? You were providing them with the Delta and with the ding dongs. So you're telling me that the person that was providing the kids with the foods, that was providing her with the Delta, that was buying her new muumuus to wear, that was buying the kids clothes, you didn't look at your wallet and go, wow, it's a little late this month. What did I do? Oh, yeah, I bought them a bunch of stuff. Come on, man. And I mean, I find it hard to believe that the only reason you spoke up about it is just because you couldn't pay for it anymore, or you could only pay for half of it. And you told them that they desperately needed to get a job. I would have been there 6 months ago, man.
The example that you're setting right now, you know, the example of being a lazy chia pet that refuses to get up and even try. Why don't you motivate that bum that you're with, and maybe he'll actually get up and do something? Sabella gave a $5 super chat. Thank you. Says, please give Quasi Monkey a wrench. He will stop asking me to ask. I don't know who Quasi Monkey is, and I don't just hand out wrenches like that. When I see you on here enough, I might do that. I'm not giving nobody a wrench unless I know who they are. All right, because people can turn on me real fast and start blocking everybody. So I got to see who you are before I give anybody a wrench. I'm sorry about that. Let me see something here. So thank you for the $5 super chat, Sabella. Sandra Berger says, sowing and reaping. Excuse me, this is not a diva. A diva is clean and done and does not smell like cat pee and fungus or foot fungus. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you on that one.
That's good.
Totally. So Shannon, Sandra, you're responding to everybody else. Respond to me. You never once denied that the house didn't smell. You never once denied it.
Nope.
And I know everybody saw it. You never once denied what I said about that room. You ain't denied none of that stuff. The only thing you had enough time to get on, G-Man gave me a death sentence, and you lied to everybody watching your stream. And you offended me in the process by doing it.
Yeah, like, folks, if anyone who ever believed the shit ninja story with the Colorado house, I have one question for you. Where were the shit ninjas this time? What happened? Why didn't that narrative ever get brought up again? Is it because G-Man saw the state of the house because he had to clean it? That guy knows better. You know, I bet you, other side of the coin, if we knew the guy, the contractor at the Colorado condo, at the Promenade in Colorado, if we asked that guy who cleaned their place, if he thought that there were shit ninjas there, he would have said, hell no, it was them two being nasty. Guaranteed. Just like how G-Man said it. She didn't work with that narrative, right? Because she knew that he knew better.
You're so stupid, Shanny, that when you went in that hotel, you could have been receiving at least half, and then you could have been working your job on YouTube to get the other half.
Right?
Come on, talk about your woman empowerment. Woman empowerment. Sit on your butt and do nothing all day. That's woman empowerment. Sit on your behind and do nothing all day. Yo, you're a great feminist, Shanny. You're a lousy excuse for a feminist, but you want to know what? If we can get women to start being a little bit more humble by watching you.
You know, I'll say this. I will feel a whole the hell a lot better if I ever find out that G-Man runs into another big couple like this that has a scrawny man and she's taking all his money and she asked G-Man to help her and praise Jesus to be in a hotel for a couple months. I hope he says no. because then I'll feel like he's learned something from this whole experience. Because if life is supposed to be a learning experience and not the equivalent of hell on earth, then this is the biggest learning experience for him, I would say.
I don't know, but I'm never going to encourage a woman to just sit on her behind
Hey,
all day
Cheryl,
and smoke
what's
weed
up?
all day and laugh at people and play video games all day, because there's nothing else in life important to do except play video games all day and watch old movies and play video games and watch old movies, play video games and watch old movies all day long, because you ain't got nothing.
And David, what's up, man? I saw your video today. I mentioned a little bit before. Hey, David, much respect to you, okay, man? Much respect. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I was kind of bringing it up before. During pre-pandemic, this was a different thing than it is now, I'll say. Okay, David? So much respect to you and your video, bro. And I hope your sister is better.
Something else going on in your life. JWE, the man who had 2 houses, the man who had 2 vehicles, the man who had more than $700,000 invested into the stock market. JWE, the man that shaved his head like a dummy for a woman who does on a daily basis what you did one time. Let me see something. Isabella,
things are so different.
She totally killed my momentum. Isabella gave a $5 super chat. Says Blue also wants a wrench, and he'll behave. I'll make sure he does. I got a policy on giving people wrenches. I don't mind giving you a wrench, Isabella. At least I know what I'm getting into. I'll even give Drag a wrench, because I know what he'll do and what he won't do, whether he likes me or not. Some of these other people are gotta wait, because I got history with some of these people, and I just want to wait. All right, so just try to respect that. I appreciate it. And if I change my mind, I know that Blue wants it, and somebody named Monkey wants it, right? Iron Monkey or whatever his name was. What was his name?
Quasi Monkey.
But anyway, I want to get back into what I was saying to Mr. JWE.
He's got a bad memory.
She doesn't. She just gets on here and plays boring video games. They don't provide a service. They don't talk about their speciality. Shanny keeps talking about how she was in the medical field. She don't get on here talk.
Well, I was just saying that, David, it's either G-Man is the right place at the right time. He figured, hey, this is the perfect time. Like, maybe he figured they never were going to get their act together. He asked her nicely if she could get a job because he can't afford the whole thing. She said no, got racist towards him. So G-Man said, you know what? I'm just going to tell the other side what you've really been doing. Make you look bad. I could totally see that. I could totally see that. You know what I mean? It's something interesting to think about.
Talking about that. She don't do nothing. All she does is get on here and says,
thank you for everything, Philly guy. Have a good night, bro.
Some change. And that's what the great Shanny has turned into. You're an embarrassment, Shanny.
Thanks for coming,
and then
bro.
You walk around here claiming that you represent Christ. And JWA, this is a direct challenge to you, dude. And this is a direct challenge to your woman. Okay? If Jesus was here, would he be telling you to sit on your behind and do nothing? If Jesus was here, would he be supporting you, taking every dime you get, going... If Jesus was here, would you have turned down that job not once but twice? You have allowed this woman to turn your once.
If Jesus was here, he wouldn't know. He'd say he didn't know Shanny, Rev, or G-Man. Really? If Jesus were here, he'd be like, I don't know any of these fucking guys. These guys are just like smoke something and they think they see God. I don't know who they're talking. I think they're talking to G-Man's crazy wall here, because they're not talking to me. I don't know these fools.
Cool view about Christ and turn it into witchcraft. You have allowed that to happen. You've allowed this woman to destroy your life. And the name Egrop is a joke. I'm gonna tell you how these people behave when they saw the news report. Because when I went to the house over there, me and the realtor that was over there, and a couple of other people, we saw one of the neighbors over there, and they saw the news. And the first thing they said to me, don't worry, if we see them, we'll call the police. I didn't even say anything, and they said that. That's how the whole block knows about it. The whole block saw your dumb behind on there. Like, you're the laughing stock of pencil. You're the laughing stock of that particular area.
Yeah. Okay, so good. That is confirmation, because everyone was like, she might be at G-Man's house, and I was still holding. I'm like, nah. The way that guy said that statement to me, I was like, nah, folks, listen. There's helping people. There's being religious and using that blind, that blindness of religion. And then there's also spending money and hours and days with your sweaty friends held up in that place to scrub the stank that came from that house. So I was like, if he did that for days and it still smells, and so does the laptops and everything, then I would think that he would think twice about letting them back in. And if the neighbors are like, yeah, we saw that, if they come over here, we're calling the police. I don't think he wants to deal with that. Once the police come, folks, that's when them two have to leave. Even at the uncle's house, if the police, I'm sure show up and he finds out, he's kicking them out. You know, if they do something really stupid, they're out of there. No, you know, no second chances.
Of Lackawanna County, you are a laughingstock, dude. You have allowed this woman to completely and utterly destroy your life. Not only does she beat you when you don't behave, not only does she not feed you when you don't behave, not only does she spend your money when you do behave and when you don't behave, not only does she dominate your life, but you're too much of a coward, dude, to stand up to her. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, right. Wasn't you the one with the rifle? Wasn't you the one with the pistol? You had those things. This woman don't fear you. This woman doesn't respect you. And more importantly, she doesn't love you. Because if Shanny loved you, Shanny would tell you to get a job.
And treat him with respect.
No. She would throw you. Oh, that's right. She can't throw you out because she's depending on your family to have a roof over her head. One of these days, I'm going to do an experiment to prove a point to you, JWA. One day, I'm going to do an experiment. It's going to be an embarrassing one. I'm going to find somebody in that area.
And folks, believe me, even though Shanny's, you know, hopeless, I'm sure there's a 2% flicker of an energy in that big brain of hers that's saying, if she attacks Jason at all, if she farts in his direction the wrong way, he could call his uncle and get her kicked out. I'm sure I would find it very hard to believe if she beats him and he doesn't say it wasn't provoked, or if it wasn't part of their sex plan or anything like that. Because if she does anything, she's out, because the uncle doesn't want her there. It's all about her. The uncle would take him back. Hell, he could probably live with the uncle. They probably wouldn't have to even live there, you know, because right there it's like bare bones, them two with, you know, some rice, you know, and Lipton and ramen, you know. It's nothing gorgeous, nothing fancy at all.
Who just want to make a few bucks, I'll give them like $100 or whatever, right? And somebody who makes minimum wage and just throw themselves to Shanny.
She's got little marbles
and drop you in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. You don't even see it because you're blind, dude. You can't see. You can't see straight enough to see what is going on, dude. You're being used, you're being played. And when that woman finds somebody to replace you, it's bye-bye you, and it's on to the next person's wallet.
Yeah.
It's on to the next person's wallet.
She's not respectful,
I tried to explain
Sandra.
this to you, dude. I tried to tell you this on multiple occasions in that car, dude. I tried to explain this to you in the basement. Tried to explain this to you in the backyard. Tried to explain this to you when we have to go walk and get gas. Tried to explain this to you, dude. She's no good for you. And Shanny, you're no good for him. You're not. You're absolutely not.
Yo, think about this. They had to walk to the gas station at the apartment, at that hotel, to get gas. Now, that hotel, I would say maybe 5-10 minute walk. That's not the point. To me, the point is, why do they have to walk? Think about that, folks. People telling people all the time, why would they have to walk to the gas station? They have a perfectly good running car. 2 reasons. Either number one, Rev is the type of person to run out of gas and not put any gas in his car when it gets to quarter tank. Or number 2, it, like he said, it didn't have any insurance on it at the time, and he didn't want to risk driving it there and have some popo pull up and give him a ticket, or worse.
And both of you are younger than me. That's what cracks me up about this. Shanny, I believe you're about 8-9 years younger than me. I want you to think about that a minute. When people see me on screen, they can see my grace. And Rev, you're even younger than me too. I think you're younger than Shanny, I think, or around the same age. So I'm about 7-8 years older than you.
Damn.
And I outwork you in every way.
Now, Shanny's 39 right now because she just had that birthday. That means G-Man's 48 right now. Damn. I mean, I heard he was close to 50. You know, it's just surprising. You know, no wonder why he doesn't even want to do this anymore. You know, this takes energy, folks. Sucks. It's like that. It's like a mirror. It sucks your soul out of you.
You barely know how to use a hammer. I don't even think you know what a wrench is. and you barely know how to paint.
He probably thinks it's a sexual thing.
What you better learn how to do, my friend. I should have probably got one before I did this stream. You need to go get a plastic bag. Aluminum is worth about 50 cents a pound because this is your future, dude. If you stay with her and you continue down the course that you're going on.
Oh,
even
lately, David, I've been waiting for the gas to go down because sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, and then I'll get a little bit more when it's down a couple more cents.
Your uncle will agree with me on this. He may not say it to your face, but I know that before the winter's over, you're going to be so frustrated, you're going to want to get up and walk out because now you got to pucker up.
Wow, good for you,
and you got to kiss that butt.
Ew.
And that smell's going to be all over your face.
Yeah,
if you say one thing wrong, get out of my house. When he says clean up, you better clean up. When he says jump, you better say how high because you are dependent on somebody else, dude. When you don't gotta be, you can be independent. Nope. You can go get a job, dude. But anyway, so aluminum is worth about 50 cents a pound. I don't know what it's worth in Lackawanna. It might be 45 cents, give or take. I don't know. Copper can go anywhere between $1.50 to about $2 a pound. Okay. If you take it to New York, maybe $3 a pound. I think you can get for copper if you collect that. Steel and like iron, don't even waste your time because your car is too small. It won't be worth your time, dude. You could try to get like a brass. You know, if you can get a couple $100 of that, that'll be enough for you to go, buy some groceries, which we both know you're not going to do. What you're going to do is you're going to be dumb and you're going to give the money to your woman and she's going to send you to the store to get Delta 8 because she's too lazy. And if you think I'm lying, Jason, it's a little experiment. If Shanny doesn't watch this, it's a little bit of experiment. The next time you get money, put it in her hands and then don't go to the store. I bet you she goes. I bet you she'll walk to the store. I bet it doesn't matter how far it is. She'll find a way to get Uber or something. She's not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, well, my thing is this. If they're both starving, why is it Rev the one who's looking like he's the one starving? And it's been like that for like a year, you know? Shanny looks like she's eating just fine. And it was more than just Rev. It was Rev and those kids. They didn't look like they were eating. And that's more than someone yelled at them, that's him physically attacking and then them not eating properly. And then the animals not eating properly and having to resort to crapping in a tub. I mean, there's just stuff that is just awful, folks. You know what I mean? Awful people.
Go look it up, dude. You got a phone just like me. Go Google it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Go learn what the shakes are.
Oh, happy birthday.
She got you dependent, and you ain't going nowhere because you are her female dog. Period. Somebody will say it properly for me on their YouTube channel or whatever. But you're a female dog, dude. You ain't no real man. You've been emasculated. Okay? She ripped your balls out and fed them to you. You don't have testosterone going through your body. You have estrogen going through your body. Pure estrogen. You don't have any courage. You lied to yourself for years saying you can't get a job, dude. Let me tell you something, man. You want to know the greatest feeling in the whole world? Something that you forgot is to be able to go out there. And even if you only get paid for one day and you didn't have to beg for it, you're going to feel this euphoria go through your body. You're going to feel good. Chin's going to be up in the air. You're going to feel kind of good. You're going to walk with a swagger when you get your own money, when you get your own paycheck from working. As opposed
one day Rev is going to know that Shanny manipulated him the whole way. She saw a guy that never had a relationship, never been with a woman romantically, probably was sexually frustrated because of that reason, didn't know how to make friends, didn't know anything. The only thing she knew about him is that he was a mama's boy, didn't have a mama anymore, and had about $750,000 and owned about 2 homes and a couple of cars. Shanny heard that and was like, look, she didn't care what he looked like. And that's the thing. He could have been the ugliest monster riffraff you've ever seen. It was all about getting his stuff. Because once she got to know him, she didn't help him with any of his traumas. Traumas of not knowing people. Traumas of not being able to take care of kids. Because he never had any relationships with people. How do you expect somebody who never had a relationship with another person able to take care of your younger children? And that's a shame on her for thinking that. Otherwise, she could have said, go to a counselor and then learn to take care of my kids. This way, when you learn what's wrong with you won't project it onto them. But she didn't think about that. And, hopefully she does. But hopefully those kids never have to see either ones of them either again.
coming on here and making an idiot out of yourself on the World Wide Web, begging for money while claiming to be a Christian.
He's a loner.
That's what both of you were doing. See, both of you are both claiming that you're children of God, that you're followers of Jesus Christ. If you're followers of Jesus Christ, why won't you guys go get a job? A J-O-B. You made me look stupid on here. Oh, they just need time. They just need time. 1 year went by. They just need time. They just need time. 2 years went by.
Well,
that made me look real stupid on here. But like I said, it's all good. It's all good. Then Shan, you got the nerve to be talking about Chantel.
Now you see that there, folks. That's when somebody's trying to come to terms with them looking bad by kind of sharing a little bit of that with you, but not going into much. You know, with G-Man, he's got to pull off that Band-Aid very, very slowly. So a couple hairs pulling out at a time. All right, ooh, I pulled one hair. Okay, I'm not gonna touch the Band-Aid until like maybe another video. And then I'll pull off a little bit more of it off and say he messed up. He dropped the ball. CPS was involved. That's not just they had a couple of fights. That's the children had to be removed because of them too. Not feeding them and not doing what they had to do. Not bringing them to school. Yeah, a year gone by. And sure, it was COVID, but still, homeschooling. There's things you can do.
Not fat shaming somebody. You got a lot of nerve.
He's got egg on his
What you
face.
need to do is go to a doctor and get some liposuction done. We talked about this. Your legs are bigger than my entire body. Okay? You need to have them medically remove all of that gunk out of you.
Oh yeah, Penny, it's your birthday.
You need to get up and exercise.
Happy birthday,
walk
Cheryl.
around.
I didn't know that.
Sweat a little bit. Stop lying to yourself about having blood.
Happy birthday.
You don't got them.
Here. You do a clap for both of you guys.
Let me tell you something, Shanny. I'm going to be real fair on here right now. Okay? And even Drag ain't going to see this one coming. You remember when Drag said he had a mental illness on here? And I'm sure he can review it. Because I'm pretty sure somebody got it on their channel. I told him to get a job. Without knowing a whole lot about, what is that called? The GI Bill or whatever. I told him to get a job. You ain't special, Shanny. Guess what you need to do? You need to go get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what Mr. Drognart's doing now? He's working. What is your excuse, Shanny? What's your excuse, JWE? Who's embarrassing his family's legacy and his family's name? Listen to me, dude. I seen the paperwork. I seen what your mom was doing. I seen what your dad was doing. And I'm looking at what you're doing, dude, and you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment, dude. You're a straight up embarrassment to your entire family. Because we both know if you wasn't with Shanny. Okay, somebody just tried to call me. That's probably Shanny. Hold on a minute.
It'd be different. It definitely would be. You would be in this situation.
I think that was Shanny trying to call me for once. Because I don't know that person. Somebody got my phone number and it looks like, I think they call it Shan Nut or something like that, I think it's called. Who is this person? And how did they get my number? Yeah, it's probably Shanny or Rev. It's probably one of them. But they what was I saying?
Tanaka, it's the GI Bill. Is a bill that you get if you were in the service, if you were in the Army, Air Force, Marines. All right, there's another one too. If you were in any of the services in America, they give you a bill that help you deal with the post-traumatic stress, because most of the people that I know that have served this country have came back with some stories, and it's unfortunate that we don't get to treat them right. They, no matter what, even if I don't like somebody, if they serve this country, they're heroes because they did something that a lot of people won't do or scared to do. And if they came back, then they also did something that people weren't able to do, which is survive. And I think in that self, you shouldn't have to answer any more questions. You should just be labeled as a hero and that's it. But some people do try to go back, and that just helps you to be able to get back into society and understand that you're not like doing what you were doing before.
Oh yeah, your family's legacy is a joke, dude. Your family legacy is a joke. And there's only like a couple of you walking around here and whatnot. Your family legacy is a joke. Your mom worked and bust her rear end for nothing. Jenny spent all that. But J-Man, you made a promise to me. You apparently haven't been watching the last couple of streams that I made. Why don't you go watch that and then tell everybody, I don't really want to talk about him. I'm gonna tell you what you better do, JWE. You had better get on here and acknowledge me. That's what you better do. And you better do it soon.
Yeah.
Or my sister can blah, 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 all she wants. You're an ungrateful prick who forgot where you came from. You're an ungrateful prick who forgot where you came from. Who is this? Shanny? I don't know that person.
Yes.
But
this is last.
But Shanny, if that's you, you can be patient and you can wait. If you want the link, why don't you create a fake account and let me know it's you, and I'll let you come in here and we can talk. And then you can come in here and troll me and then show your boobies to everybody. Because that's the only reason you're gonna want to come on here. But I won't broadcast you. I'll let everybody hear your voice. See, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
Never was stupid.
Okay, you weren't stupid. Then you were ignorant, right? Because ignorance would be to know what they're doing and not say nothing about it until it was an opportune time to say something. And again, like, maybe it was an opportune time, maybe it wasn't, maybe because he realized he can't pay for them. Why not? I can just walk away. The kids aren't there. Forget them. Let them fall. Let the chips fall where they may. Either or, it's definitely worked out for him a lot more than them.
Hey, have you ever heard of the Egroffs? Yep, I heard of the Egroffs. Don't they got that bum son who spent all of his parents' money and did absolutely nothing with his life and make excuses and literally repeating verbatim what Shanny says when she gets on YouTube thinking people are stupid and don't realize that he's repeating what she wants to tell him something she don't feel good. She's laying over there. No, she's over there telling him what to say, how to say it, probably holding up a cue card saying, don't say it like that.
Cue cards.
Don't do this. Don't do that. Doing exactly the same garbage that they were doing when they were living in the other places. Let's see who's this, what they're saying here. Oh, I think I know who that was. That's probably that guy from that debate. I don't know if you guys saw that debate I was on. But anyway, somebody gave a $10 super chat. Let me put this on here, or $10 super sticker or chat or whatever this thing is. Bruce Collins says he gave a $10 super chat. He says, interviewed Jason back in 2007, read his book, lost track of him, but after his mom died, he gave tons of money to the internet preachers and conspiracy goofs. Shanny found a victim, sadly, God bless. Well, you heard Shanny talk. By the way, thanks again, Bruce Collins, for the $10 super chat. But you heard Shanny on.
And that's somebody I don't even know. And that sounds like Jason. Like, Jason was a broken man when she found him. A broken man with money. He wrote a book. He didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. Shanny found out they had money. He didn't have any other responsibilities. No kids. Didn't know how to be friends with people, and used them. And now he's almost used up. Once he can't help her with housing or anything anymore, she's gonna dump him.
I hear on multiple occasions say that she's become his new mother. They got this unhealthy codependent relationship where they feel the need to did this leech off of each other. Neither one of them love each other. Rev can't stand her and she can't stand him. They don't display love on camera, and they can get on there and mooch and kiss, and that ain't love. Okay, if they loved each other, one of them would say, you know, baby, I love you so much.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I believe that,
life
Brett.
and limb to make sure you got a roof over your head, to make sure that I'm bringing home the bacon. And he's not gonna do that because he's pathetic. He's absolutely pathetic, and he's not gonna go do it. He's not gonna make the sacrifices necessary to go do what he's got to do. And she ain't gonna give a crap about him, because if she did, and I said this in previous streams, I'm gonna say it in this stream. She is in love. She's in love with herself.
Yeah.
And she's in love with that PS5. I'm sure Shanny goes in there and she masturbates to herself. She kisses herself. She goes in there and talking about how great she is, and then claiming to be a Christian and everything and whatnot by talking about how great she is. All
right. Remember, folks, I was saying before that G-Man just kind of goes places that we don't want to go. It's like if you ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and you're in there on that boat ride, and the danger must be growing. It's like that, and it's like, whoa, G-Man, stop the boat. You're going on crazy tangents. I don't want to hear about Shanny doing that. That's gonna make me sick, man. Positive vibes there, G-Man. Positive vibes. Don't stay out of the gutter with Shanny and what she does on her personals.
All the time. How if you hurt her and you do to her and you do to her, it's not about you, Shanny. If you're a Christian, that's why you don't call yourself Shanny for Christ no more, and you call yourself Shanny needs love. What you need to call yourself is Shanny and Rev. Shanny and Revs are bums. From riches to rags.
Dirty
But
rags.
your story ain't over, JWE. She's gonna leave you. Okay? She's gonna leave you. And I told you how in detail. And you ignored me and told me to mind my business. But you can see it slowly manifesting. She's just waiting for a sugar daddy.
Yep.
And you are done,
I believe
dude.
that.
You lived out your purpose. Now, JWE, since there's nothing you can really do about this, I want you to think about a couple of things. Remember when Shanny's mom was alive? And she made that YouTube video and said the real reason she was with you? I want you to compare and contrast that to what you're going through right now. First of all, was Shanny's mother wrong about the children? And the clothes that they had in the house? Was Shanny's mom wrong about them peeing on the floor? Yes or no, JWE? JWE, was Shanny's mom wrong about the real reason she was with you to begin with?
You know, because Rev was so confused with the lies of those kids doing that at the Colorado house that he actually turned around and said, well, they did it. They knew that they weren't supposed to do that. He threw those kids under the bus instead of saying that, yeah, the house was not in good repair. And then they try to say, well, how would you feel? You're moving. I wouldn't be like, I'm moving. Let me start not using the bathroom anymore because I'm moving, and leave some nice surprises for the landlord. Like, who does that?
David Anthony has just donated $10 through Super Chat. Reverend questioned my manhood again and said I should commit fornication without knowing my relationships, work history, or military service. My manhood has been established in ways he can't even relate to.
Thank you, David, for the $10. Yes, you don't have to worry about with your manhood at all. Dealing with a person like Rev, who will never find his manhood. You know, his manhood was stolen from Shanny. She ate it. David, she ate it. He'll never find it again. He can gain some of it back by realizing how he's been living and finally stand up to her, kick her out of his uncle's house to try to fix his life. But I don't see that happening. But thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate it, bro. Send some good vibes to you and yours, David.
Tell me something, JWE. These are questions I have for you, okay? If you ever want to review this, my God, the views you'll get on your channel, Mr. JWE. You'll get so many views if you review and answer all of these questions. How much money did you have in your account when you got wet? I'm sorry, before you got wet brain? How much money did you have while you was on wet brain? How much money did you have when you finally came to your senses? Now, I know the answer to that question. You know the answer to that question. When are you going to tell everybody else the truth about what this woman actually did? I ain't going to say she spent all your money, but she spent a great deal of it. A great deal of it. All he has to do is walk. Okay, I'm sorry. JR gave a $4.99 super chat, and she says all he has to do is walk away from her. They are not married, and they have no assets together, no shared children, nothing. He should walk away. Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest lies that they tell each other. And thanks again for the $4.99 super chat, JR. One of the things that's hilarious about those two is that they actually believe that they're married. They believe that they're husband and wife. They're not even common law in the state of Pennsylvania. Come and think about it. They're not even common law in the state of Denver. The government does not recognize Shannon and Jason as being married. Your last name is not Egroff, Shannon.
No.
You never walked down the aisle.
It's
you have no
darn.
marriage certificate. You did not commit before the Lord, because if you did, and when he got locked up, that whole entire situation would have been totally different. This man would be working. He would be obedient to the scriptures. He would be providing for his family. But nope. Dragnut's the man of that house. Dragnut gives $1 to JWE. Dragnut's Shanny's man.
Yeah,
if I Colorado. Give $1, I become the man of that house. If anybody gives a single dollar to them, they are the new man of that house. Like I said, dude, listen to me, JWE. The only reason she's with you is because she can still beg here on the internet.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm actually a little surprised that you guys still got that Twitch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually a little surprised. You know, people probably want you on here so that they can laugh at y'all behinds. Anyway, so let me see something here.
I don't think I'm desperate enough for that yet, Crash. Give me a few months.
Lubis says the Lubies rules. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Lubis. Thank you, I appreciate it. And by the way, how's your relationship with Jules going? According to those goofy skits that you be doing on your channel. But anyway, so yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that. You can enlist in the Army, Rev. Do you know how much money you can make if you can just stay focused long enough off of the Delta 8 or the Budweiser or the Miller High Life or whatever the heck it is that you guys are drinking over there?
I mean, and that would be a great idea for him. If Rev really has nothing really physically wrong with him, it's someone like mentals, and he could even get through the Air Force or the Army, he would be set up. They would give him money that he can give to her, and then he can get out, and they could help him when he got out. That would actually be a great idea for him. If I was Rev, I would do that. He's still young enough that he can still get in. Because once he hits 40, it's going to be hard to, I don't even think they take you anymore.
You go to the military. You can defend our country.
Rev is too old. Yeah, I thought
the GI Bill or something. You won't even do that. Because if you can't even go outside and collect cans and bottles, trust me, you ain't going to be able to handle boot camp. You're not going to be able to do it. I worked out. I know you're not going to be able to do it. That's another thing, dude.
He can't even do the weekend warrior stuff, right?
You're so frail and bony. You don't even pick up weights. You don't even try to bulk up a little bit. That's why she beats you up all the time, because you're not doing anything with your body. All you're doing all day, and I can tell you what you're doing. I'm not even there, JWE. You guys sleep, and then when you wake up, this is literally your day.
Smoking.
As soon as you get out the bed, Shanny's immediately talking about Chantel with somebody on YouTube. You want to know how I know? I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Immediately when you get out the bed, y'all talking about Chantel, y'all talking about Truthfully Trisha, y'all talking about all of the drama on YouTube, how y'all can scheme people out of money, all this other stuff and whatnot, right? And then after that, y'all wondering about what old movie y'all gonna watch, how you gonna play Stardew Valley, how you gonna get on your Switch, how you gonna play this game, how you gonna play this game, how you gonna play this game, how you gonna play this game. You gonna figure that you ain't got no gas up. It's time to get on the internet and beg for some money. I know y'all routine.
Wow.
The Lubis gave a $2 super chat and has said, bro, you said it wrong. I'll tell you what, give another super chat and tell me how to say it right. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Lubis. Maybe you can teach me how to say it properly. But anyway, and by the way, for those of you who don't know why I said that, Lubis is supposedly a teacher, from what I understand from watching his channel from time to time. And again, Lubis, thank you for the $2 super chat. So,
any type of job.
Shanny, and here's something that you guys probably heard them talk about a lot too. How they wanted to go to Jamaica. I was actually entertaining helping them go over there, because in Jamaica, the things that they can do over there versus what you can do here is amazing. But the problem is they would be dead inside of 2 days. Because the first time one of those Jamaicans would have saw what they said on the internet one time, they would have got chopped up with those machetes super fast. Don't roster men out there, Don't play no games. They'd have killed these two. You know what I mean? That's why I never actually went through with helping them go anywhere or whatever. Their children would have never survived. They would be hungrier than what they actually are. You have to live off the land.
Oh,
there is
wow.
no welfare system. There is no social security. You either go out there and pull a banana off the trees or you ain't eating. It's as simple as that. They don't play that over there. And they don't want to hear your sob story either, especially if you're Caucasian. They don't want to hear that mess. You know what I mean? Because over there, they almost deify Caucasians when they go visit over there sometimes. And I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I've seen how they treat them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Shanny.
G-Man's going off on tangents.
Let me ask you this, Shanny. All right. Lubis gave it. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Lubis. The Lubis rules. The Lubis rules. Thank you for the $2 super chat. The Lubis. Thank you. I appreciate it. The Lubis rules. All right, Lubis. All right. Thank you.
He doesn't know what teamwork is. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Okay, so since you don't want to work, Shanny, I'm talking directly to you since you could do 5 hours. Because honestly and truthfully, I got better things to do with my time. I am not going to be on here for no 5 hours. But I'll give you guys at least an hour minimum. Shanny, one of the reasons why you're so fat is because you eat too much sugar. Okay? Let me elaborate on what I mean by this. All right? You eat too much carbohydrates without burning any energy. Sitting on your bed all day playing video games does not count as an exercise. Okay? If you stop eating all of the sugar and you increase your protein intake, you can naturally start losing some weight. But if you continue to eat some eggs and TV dinners and things of that nature, you are going to get bigger, fatter, nastier, and lazier on a daily basis.
I mean, it's kind of hard when you have no money to eat a lot more organic or healthier, but she had enough time to do that, for these past couple of years. So, now it's just, she's definitely made the bed that she's laying in.
Now, JWE, your mother never told you this. Your daddy never told you
this. That's right, Nick.
I'm sure your uncle was trying to tell you this. You need more than peanut butter to survive. Stop being lazy and learn how to fry an egg, dude.
You're a little close,
I'm just saying.
Man.
Like I gave you guys a brand new Keurig when you guys first went to the house. A brand new Keurig.
Keurig.
In 3 weeks, it
no
was
one can
broken.
talk.
And 3 weeks, I brought you a brand new cell phone. You broke that. You don't know how to take care of nothing, dude.
Yeah, right?
You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to clean. You don't know how to take a shower. You don't know how to take a bath. You don't know how to read. You don't know how to write. I'm gonna say not to read, but you do know how to read a little bit. And you know.
I don't know how they don't know how to cook. I mean, I think everyone as a kid like would see their parents making a dinner and like looking and paying to, you know, following along, or their grandparent. Like they never did that. No one said, "Here, this is how you fry an egg. It's real easy. It looks hard, but it's not as hard as you think."
How to write. Yeah, I got them correct. Yeah. One of those coffee machines or whatever. You know what I mean? And he broke that thing in 3 weeks. Oh, gee, we like a lot of coffee in this house. Yeah, they got an air fryer. The air fryer's still sitting over there too. Nobody wants it. I can't give it to nobody in the neighborhood. I can't
stank.
Give it away to nobody wants that thing.
No one wants it.
One of these days I'll open it up and I'll show you why, because I refuse to clean it. But nobody wants that thing. They got all that paperwork there that I'm gonna throw in the garbage if they don't come over here and get it soon.
All their death notes.
They obviously got to make an appointment because my time is valuable. Don't be watching this, Rev. I'm throwing all that paperwork in the garbage. It's in my house. I don't gotta hold it, and I'm gonna throw it away if you do not come and get it. And you know what's in those papers. A lot of that stuff is Shanny's appointment. As a matter of fact, Rev, I meant to tell you this. The police mailed some paperwork to the house over there. Now, what I need you to do is to go to the post office and do a change of address. I don't want your mail coming to my house no more. Okay?
I wonder what that is.
What I want you to do is I want you to have that mail go to where you are. Okay? The police is trying to contact you. You need to get that paperwork, and you need to take care of that. Because if you don't, and it keeps coming to my place.
I mean, I guarantee it's got something to do with when he was in there. And if he just keeps avoiding it, that's a warrant right there, folks. So, you know, there's that.
I'm going to show everybody what's coming. I might even read it. I don't know if I can do that. That's kind of a felony. I don't think I can do that. But I can still show you guys how it looks the next time I'm over there. Stop having your mail go there, dude. Get a change of an address. Listen to me. Get up.
I want to see
get a
this
spatula.
paper.
Get off your bed. Stop dreaming about Delta 8 every 2 minutes long enough to take a shower, put some clothes on, go to the post office. You have a car, for crying out loud, and tell them that you don't live there no more.
They could do it online.
Because your paperwork's going to be my paperwork if they keep staying there. I'm telling you.
They could do it on the phone.
Better do something about that.
Send me a pic of the police paperwork later.
Send me a pic of the police. As a matter of fact, wait a minute. Can I do it tomorrow?
You know, because drags are not drag.
If I can get the person.
Rev's just gonna ignore it, and sometimes people need to be like, put a fire under his butt and be like, Rev, you can't ignore this. And then you living at the uncle's, I'm sure Rev didn't give the police station, you know, his new change of address, obviously. So he's just trying to avoid it. And you know what? They'll if he doesn't take care of that, next time he's driving, gets pulled over, they'll arrest him right then and there.
That's watching the house while I'm not there to go into the mailbox. I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you. Yeah, I got no problem with that. Maybe if I start doing stuff like that, they'll start taking it like seriously and then do something with it or whatever. But I'll take a picture of it. And I'll send it to you on Skype. But we'll see. I'll keep in touch. Anyway, thank you for the $2 super chat, Dragnut. So if Dragnut wasn't here, Dragnut would be like, you know, G-Man got on my case and told me I had to get a job. Even though I was getting a GI Bill and all this other stuff, I made fun of this guy. And then Shanny and Rev think they're just going to come on YouTube and then think I'm not going to say nothing about them. It was funny when I was saying it to Drag, wasn't it, Shanny? It was funny when I was saying it to those guys, huh? But now it's your turn. I mean, it's not like you're going to phone me or anything like that, Shanny. Because if you even open up your mouth to me the wrong way, I shall put you in your place. Your man can't do that, but I got no problem doing that.
It's been Shanny's turn for a while.
So when you make your video, watch your mouth.
Yeah, right.
Especially when you're talking about a real man like myself, as opposed to that little boy that you're with right now, who can't even get a job. I'm just saying, you know? I'm just saying. Because, you know, I'm a diva.
Stress eats,
I don't like some scrub calling me up with death threats. I'm so happy I got all those clips and I can have me some fun with that, especially that nonsense with the 2 rich white people. Tell me, Shanny, how did that go, Shanny? 2 rich white people versus 1 poor black guy. How did that go? It's been a few years. And Shanny, I told you to your face how I felt about that, right? Right? When are you going to tell everybody on YouTube that I gave you money and you didn't do what you said you was going to do with it? When are you going to make that video, Shanny? That's why you don't want to talk about it. Tell everybody how I gave you money, how you didn't do what you said you was going to do with it. And I just said, don't worry about it. Like I'm dying to get you in a room with me where you could talk all this smack, Shanny. But don't worry, we got to meet at some point. I'll get you. Don't worry. I'll get you. And I'm gonna get you good. Thank you for the $2 super chat or super sticker, I think that is the chat. From the Naka J.
Oh man, he said it. Now I feel like crap. Now I feel like crap. He pronounced it correctly. Tanaka, I am so sorry. This man pronounced it before I did. I now I feel like crap.
Oh, I butcher that. Okay, Dan.
No, I'm the butcher.
Danaka Jet. Okay, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it. So, right. Yeah. So, Shanny, Rev, are you guys gonna make another beg stream tomorrow? Are you guys gonna wake up and like, well, let me go out there and shamelessly put my body out there in this beg?
Of course,
hey, Shanny, prostitution's even a job. You know that, right? You would actually get more money being a prostitute than you would getting on Twitch begging for money. Actually, you already tried that. You did that for like 3 years, I think, with Rev or whatever. Because it's not like you guys are married. You've been in sin since the beginning with that, right? You know, shacking up without making a commitment just so you can keep your, you know, and that's a pretty stupid reason
keep
for
your
not getting married, because you want to keep your little food stamps. Rich people. I wish I would have known that about you. I wish, because if I would have known about that, I would have had a lot more fun with my videos. Not to mention,
it's such a scumbag thing to do. Like, a guy has close to $750,000 and you won't marry him so you can keep your like 500 in food stamps between you and your 2 kids. Like, wow. Like, you can't get any more scummer than that, in my opinion.
I probably would have contacted the government. I don't know what you was doing.
Right?
I said, you don't need those stamps. And then you would have to stop saying you're married. Because here's the thing, Shanny. If you and Rev are married, why didn't you report that to the government? Shanny, I mean, since you want to like talk about your whole life on here, why didn't you report that to the government? If you and Rev are married and Rev was worth $700,000, don't you understand you're stealing from the government? That you were receiving food stamps when you didn't need them?
Just like she tried to double dip and collect food stamps in Colorado and in PA at the same time, folks.
His income becomes your income. How many times has that dummy been on YouTube and has said that he managed that money was yours just like it was his, even though on multiple occasions he put his finger to your head and actually actually said that if he had his gun he would blow your head off, that you spent $700,000 of his money.
No, that's Shanny selling that.
Are you gonna change the story again, like Brett Keane does every 2 minutes? By the way, how you doing, Brett? But it is true, you do change the story every 2 minutes, dude. It's Danica. Oh, okay. It's Danica. Okay, there you go. It's Danica. It's Danica. Okay, Danica. You're the first Danica I've ever met. Okay, cool. No problem. I apologize about that. Danica. So anyway, I got a little bit of news to report on.
I'm so confused.
I am in the middle of making a documentary for the G-Man channel, but
Danica. Okay, so Dan.
I just remembered that I have all of the material here for Lubis and Todd for this little rap that I'm going to put out there. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to put that to the side again for 2 reasons. One, Veckel.
I know, folks. Even I talk about these people, but even Draven here makes mistakes. I am sorry, Danica, about that. And that's the difference between me and a lot of the other creators, because I will admit to my mistakes because it ain't that deep. I make mistakes. I am humans just like everybody else here. And make sure I got 130 years. Make sure you're liking. Thank you all for hanging out. It's a fun time.
Hasn't gotten back in touch with me in terms of like his lyrics, which I'm about to take him out of it because he'll be back into number 2. I'm actually working on a diss track for Shanny and Rev. Shanny, if you thought I was mean when I did Atheist on 3, wait until you see what I'm getting ready to do to you. You're going to be Brett Keane number 2. And no, you're not going to be farting. Don't worry about that. You're going to wish you was farting.
Ew. Please no.
Ty, nobody. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I said, Ty, ain't nobody. Please, Ty. Please. Just stop it, dude. Just stop. Ain't nobody terrified of you. I'm showing you mercy. Yeah. The last person that talked like you was Irate Alex, and you saw what happened to him. But anyway, and I'm still getting heat for the stuff that I said about him on my rap, which I still have a copy of. I need to re-upload that to this channel, to be honest. Or I could just take it off of somebody else's channel because it's all over the place when you look for it. But
yeah, G-Man's
anyway, getting back to this. Yeah, so I'm actually in the middle of making a diss track, which I honestly don't want to put too much time in. It's just the editing I'm gonna have so much fun with. Because I think on the Drunken Peasants, they call Brett Keane a manatee, I believe, right? Everybody was calling Brett Keane a manatee. Wait till you see what I'm gonna do with Shanny. I'm gonna make sure it gets popular too. I'm gonna make sure everybody refers to this when I'm done with her. Trust me on that one. Bill gave a $10 super chat. Says, G-Man, I advise you not to photograph or sending their mail to anyone. My sis is a lawyer. Urge them to get a change of address.
Ooh.
Well, I told them to get a change of address. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'll wait a little bit. But I got a funny feeling I know who Bill is. So,
Billy.
How can I put this? I hear what you're saying. But me and you ain't supposed to be talking no more if you're who I think you are. All right? I'm just saying.
You're just
I'm just saying. If you are who I think you are.
He
You ain't
guesses a
supposed to be
lot.
talking. Remember, I'm seeking your attention and everything and whatnot. Keep following me and stalking me everywhere I go. If you are who I think you are.
All right, but this person's just giving him some constructive criticism, saying, you know, you got to give someone some ample time, because even opening a letter that's not yours is still considered a federal offense. They're not Bill Lee is not wrong on that one.
Get ready for East Coast versus West Coast rap. Please, I won't. If y'all saw half the material I have for Todd feelings would be hurt. I just don't know. And I'm talking, and stuff I got for Lupus, I don't even know if I should upload that, because honestly, everybody who's heard it and has seen what I'm gonna do has called me. How can I put this? They didn't call me racist. What did they call me? They called me They said I'm evil towards Spanish people. So because I went through every stereotype on the planet. So I don't think Lupus deserves that. All he did was that's all he did. So I can't get mad at that. He says you're black. You're whack. And then he made some funny noises with his mouth. Nah, I'm not gonna go that far with him. Yet. But anyway, so Shanny, actually, let me not do that, because I'm actually against that. I mean, I could act like them for about a minute or two, but honestly and truthfully, Becca will call me afterwards.
He's against that.
And I'm not interested in getting rebuked tonight, so I'm not going to do it. So anyway, yeah, Shanny, so please heed the things that were said in this video, all right? You're pathetic. Your man is pathetic. No, there's some things I know I can say on here, and I don't even got to cuss, and I know I'll get like 90 calls from Christians, and I ain't trying to hear that. So, because I know I'm not.
You know, I think with a lot of what he's saying in this video, he still has a little bit that he's holding back. Is the way he said, you know, Shanny, debate me, get on. You know, he wants to, because he probably has some things that if she pushes, he'll push. Usually that's what it is, you know, like there's a little bit of leftover ammunition he has, and he's just waiting for her to come on, say the wrong thing, and then he'll be able to say the wrong thing. That's what I think.
Supposed to say it, and then I'll lose even more support. So I'm not trying to hear it.
Folks, exactly.
So, what was I going to say? Yeah, so he's the words that was said in this video, Rev. Like, honestly, you need to be a man, dude. Now, you're not going to be one. I know this. You're going to go on your channel. We're going to play make-believe that you never saw this video. You're going to say your feelings are hurt because your friend turned on you, ignoring the fact that it was your woman who lied to everyone on social media and told everybody that I gave her a death sentence. Shanny, isn't this what you like to say? I think you owe me. And I think you owe me big.
Oh.
Get to it. Anyway, Billy says, I'm not just a spectator. You can get in trouble tampering with people's mail.
That's the truth.
I'm aware of that. But if that mail keeps coming here, I'm going to throw it in the garbage. I know that much.
You can do that.
Because these are supposed to be two responsible adults. Thank you for the $5 super chat, by the way, Billy. But
I mean, shit, I'll say at this point, I'm sure most everyone in the chat has had somebody else's mail come to them. What do you do with it? I used to say return to sender, and then that didn't work, so I ended up just start throwing away, especially if I knew it was just like, you know, like a bunch of coupons crap, you know? I'm just sick of getting it.
And plus, honestly and truthfully,
they're not missing it.
Y'all spend 5 minutes in the hood. Like, that's something that happens like on a daily basis. I mean, if you really think about it. So, unfortunately, that's not the hood. That's the suburbs. Okay, so
I want to spill some more tea, though, lovely. You know, sure he knows more.
JWE, Revelation News Radio TV wannabe, finished in society. I have an offer for you, Shanny.
Oh, let's hear the offer.
Now.
What
There's
the
two
hell?
things I need you to do tomorrow, Shanny. Just two. And I will keep my word, because, you know, I'm a man of my word. Okay?
Okay.
Shanny, if you get up tomorrow, brush your teeth, bathe, put some deodorant on, get some of that nice perfume that you, actually, you ain't got no more of that. Maybe you can go borrow some from the lady across the street or whatever. Spray that on yourself and go fill out 10 applications for a job. I will give you $50. But get this, if you get a job tomorrow, I mean a real job, and you actually film yourself
too excited.
doing the job, not YouTube, not Twitch, I'm talking about like actually physically going to get a job tomorrow, I will give you $100.
Oh,
this is yours. Do you know what you can buy with this? You can buy cigarettes, you can buy a burger, you can buy a soda, you can buy sneakers, you can buy a shirt, you can buy a man, you can buy self-esteem, you can buy dignity, you can buy a whole bunch of things with $100 if you know what you're doing. Maybe you can give it to your man, he can reinvest it into the Apple stock.
I don't think he's doing anything like that anymore.
And that don't work. I got a whole lot of quarters. I can give you this whole thing is nothing but quarters.
Just throw it at him.
I'll give you this whole thing plus $100. But that's not all. I will also throw in an additional $5. I'm telling my wallet left it in the other room. I can't have the fun I want. I'll tell you what. I'll even give you an iPad. I'll give you an iPad. You can have this too. All you got to do is go get a job. Do something for yourself. Do something besides begging for money on YouTube. Have some dignity. Grow a backbone and actually be a diva or something again instead of being some cheap prostitute on YouTube selling yourself so you can get $30 so that you can feel good. Feel good. I'm a diva. I don't want no scrub. You know what? I said it then. I'm gonna say it now. I don't want no pigeon. That's all I got to say. I don't want no pigeon.
All right.
I don't want no pigeon. Shanny and Rev with the total combined weight of the total combined weight of 2,000 pounds. Shanny and Rev and their opponent weighing at a nice 165 pounds. Actually, I'm more like 180. The G-Man! How is G-Man going to take on that massive humanity? I know what G-Man's going to do. G-Man's going to put her in an ankle lock because once that ankle goes, she can't even stand up. Then she'll lie about a blood clot and get him disqualified. Did it? So anyway, Shanny, I hope you enjoyed my stream. Let's compare notes now. Let's go take a look at the superstar on Twitch. Let's take a look at G-Man, okay? On Sowing and Reaping.
At least G-Man gets more animated.
And then let's take a look at the diva who told me after 9 months to get a job. You remember that, Shanny?
You know, see, Shanny's still not at the level of, of going crazy, Shanny. She's still at the level of feel sorry for me, where G-Man's just lost his mind with this all. But hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll get the losing her mind, Shanny. And those are the great videos, folks. Those are the videos to cherish and record.
When you told me to go get a job, Shanny, you remember that? 9 months. And I still couldn't get a job. That's why I play that as a reminder over and over and over again that you don't talk to people like that. Because you don't know when you're going to be like that. No, I'm not going to call her a worse. No. I got a better imagination than that. I ain't going to call her a well. I got a better imagination than that. What I'm going to call her, I'm probably going to... you know what? Let me run it through Veckel first and make sure it's okay. Because as soon as he says it's okay, then I'll do it. Let me just run it through him first. But I'm not calling her no Walrus, and I'm going to call her no well. I got something far better than that. I was thinking about calling her a gold digger, but why call her? But then again, she already admitted to that, though.
Yeah,
with the nose ring and everything that she had, that she doesn't even own no more. That black sweater, I think that she keeps wearing every now and then with the stars on it. I think Red claims he paid like $500 for that thing. If you guys actually seen that thing in person, it looks like something that the Salvation Army would throw in the garbage. You guys got to take a look at that. I'm telling you, these two are living in the past, and they need to get join the rest of us in reality about their present situation. Their present situation is that they're shackled.
That's because everything that she wears it until it falls off of her, or falls apart.
Up. They're not married. I don't respect their union. And Shanny, if I really wanted you the way you say I wanted you, Shanny, I can go over there and just take you. How does it feel, Shanny? Rev, let me have you something, Rev. Like man to man here, dude.
Oh, Brett, take something.
I want to know how that feels.
How
does it feel to know that if I actually wanted your woman,
tell Grandma.
We both know I can go over there and do it. I can go there and just take her. Do you honestly believe she wants her stomach going? Do you honestly believe she would stay with somebody that can't even buy her a loosely? For those of you who don't know what a loosely is, that's when you buy an individual cigarette. Now, I did get these as a bit of an experiment.
Oh, maybe it is over there. I don't know.
This, ladies and gentlemen, and no, I don't smoke, is a pack of cigarettes. Marlboro.
Right? What's that gift commercial?
Hey, Rev. I just bought this for a prop. I just bought this for a prop. Now, do you know how much power this cigarette has over me? I don't smoke. I have a whole pack of these. I want this to be an object lesson so that you can know how to...
He's teasing the hell out of him. G-Man wants to be a sexy woman next to Rev. Like, look what I got. I got some Marlboros here.
Take control
your
of your
watering.
Life. Look at this very carefully here, Mr. News. Take a look at that.
Break it.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that.
See?
Look at it.
Look at that.
Jimmy Crack Con, and this has no power over me.
Next, he's gonna
start no power over me.
Cutting lines on a piece of paper. You see this, and he
no
blows
power
on it.
Over me. You know, I actually still got that Delta 8 I was supposed to give you guys. On my next stream, I'm gonna destroy it right in front. I'm gonna get that $30 Delta 8. I'm gonna destroy it right in front of everybody to show you that ain't no cigarette
Rev is
or
whacking
alcohol
off.
or no female is going to control me. Now, Rev, how about this? Before I say what I'm going to say, for the Christians that are watching this, our example is Jesus Christ. That is the person that we're supposed to follow. That is the person that we're supposed to behave like. We're supposed to be sanctified and be like him. So please understand that I know this. Okay? With that being said, let me say this. Rev, if you're not going to follow Jesus, if you're not going to follow our Lord and our Savior Jesus Christ, like you lied on your YouTube channel saying that you respect him and you believe in his principles, but you don't, because if you did, you would be working. If you're not going to follow him, why don't you at least try to do what I do, dude?
Doo-doo.
How about this? Get your tobacco and just completely waste it in front of everybody. Get a cigarette and destroy it. Show everybody has no power over your life. Go buy a beer, hold it in your hand, and don't even take a sip.
Dude, come on. He's evil, man.
You can't. Because those things have power over you. In the same way you can't say no to cigarettes, the same way you can't say no.
You know, even I could say, like, dude, now you're tempting somebody with addiction. You know, if they don't want to work, they want to be lazy. I mean, they're just being lazy. But hey, man, can you hold this cocaine, this line with a nice clean straw and not do it? I don't think so. Well, yeah, I mean, dude, it's addictive personality. I mean, come on, man, that's a little evil, G-man.
No to liquor, the same way you can't say no to Shanny. Because you're pathetic, dude. And you need to man up. And if that creature from Jumanji will not teach you, if that Chia Pet won't teach you, if Godzilla will not teach you, then allow me to do it for you.
Well, him to be old daddy.
I will not talk to you like you're a diva. I'm going to talk to you like you're a bum on the street.
Like you're a whale.
A job. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. This is not my finale. Unfortunately, the finale has changed because they're back on social media. They're back on here begging for money. They're back on here embarrassing themselves. They're back on here lying about being Christians. They're back on here acting stupid.
His energy. Man.
Can my mods please put, here's a little test. Can my mods please put Todd in behavior mode, please? Thank you. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys do something with Todd. Who's messing up my mojo on my stream. So anyway, Shanny, you guys have a great life. Okay? I'm going to end my stream. I'm going to go to bed because I got to work tomorrow.
Unlike
concept you know nothing about, Shanny. And Shanny, by the way, why did you lie to everybody and tell everybody you did nursing for like 20 years or something like that? You never did no nursing for 20 years. I think you did nursing for a whopping like a month or something like that, according to your mother. And as soon as I find that email from your mother, I'm going to read that. And I'm going to show you what she said to me.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
What she said to me about
her working
2 or 3 weeks after you threw me out that house. I want to show you what your mother said to me. I
definitely want to see that.
Really
21 years.
Okay, no problem.
Everything's 21
years.
I'm going to
embarrass you behind you. I'm going to embarrass you. By the way, Rev, again, when you go to bed tonight, just remember tomorrow might be the night that G-Man come over there and take it. No, don't worry about it, dude. I need somebody who behaves. Anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody watching. I'm going to do my my phenomenal outro.
Oh, great. I really don't want to see that.
And then I'm gonna be out. All right. Good night. And peace and Maranatha. Jenny and Red got marinara on something real.
Okay, there's his thing. Well, that was a funny stream, bro. That was a funny stream. I need to laugh at something like that. That was just hilarious. Okay, I guess I'm gonna take my break for the holiday. So I guess I will see you guys Friday or Saturday. I hope everyone has something to do for this Thanksgiving or this holiday. I don't know what you're doing. I just hope you're doing something with your family. And that's it. Always remember to take breaks. This stuff can suck you in. Always remember to be good to each other. It's never that deep. Don't trust anyone on the internet, and you should be okay. But with all that being said, I hope everybody has a happy holidays, and I'll see you guys all soon. And with that, I love you all. If you ever need to speak to me, dravencrypt@gmail.com. That's my Draven email, and you can ask me anything there. But with that, have a good night. I'll see you later, and that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, folks. There's a clap for you all. Thank you for hanging out. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're not. There's about 28% of you that are not. What are you guys waiting for? I'm just here. Please subscribe. It's free. After a couple weeks, if you don't like me, you can just say, fuck it. I don't need to subscribe. Subscribe and don't even put the notifications on. Anything. Just subscribe. What's up, Replay crew? All right, folks. That's it. I'll see you. Have a good night, and I love you all. Have a good one. Thank you all for the Cash Apps and the donations tonight. I highly appreciate it. And that's it. Have a good one, folks.